Following inappropriate comments made toward his Big Brother co-star Jojo Siwa, Mickey Rourke has officially been booted from the cast because his behavior just continued getting worse afterwards. He has been removed from Celebrity Big Brother UK. He agreed to leave following a discussion with Big Brother regarding his further use of inappropriate language and instances of unacceptable behavior. So this wasn't just him allegedly calling Jojo Siwa a homophobic slur or saying that he wanted to turn her straight. It went further than that, and at that point they decided an apology wasn't enough and he had to get kicked out of the cast.
It's so weird. This is a complete aside, but I thought he was wearing a pink cardigan, but it's actually because he's got like the ascot around his neck.
Right, yeah. I don't know what this outfit was going for.
Anyways.
But footage of his exit has now been released on social media. In the clip, Big Brother informs Mickey Rourke that he has been kicked out after a disagreement he had with Chris Hughes, in which his language was, quote, threatening and aggressive, in addition to using inappropriate sexual language with another cast member, Ella Ray Wise. He actually agrees with Big Brother's assessment of his interaction with Chris Hughes, in which he began cussing him out after he looked at him when discussing a rat in the house, but says he was not aware of his inappropriate sexual language in reference to Ella Ray Wise. Earlier in the episode, when Ella Ray Wise said Rourke must come with her somewhere, he replied, "Come in you?" So he was just trying his absolute best to be as offensive as possible.
Just trying to get kicked off.
I had never heard of someone too toxic even for reality television.
It's kind of impressive when you think about it.
Yeah, like he is setting records. I kind of do find it impressive. He was already in hot water because of his dispute with Jojo Siwa, which he ended up having to apologize for on camera. And they thought that it was going to be put to rest, but then he continued spiraling afterwards.
The chat agreed with me, or at least Twitter agreed with me over the weekend. They said with the release of The Last of Us, what they need to do is they need to replace Bella Ramsey with Jojo Siwa for one episode and then just never address it again. It would have been great with the pink hair on the side and all.
Everyone said that Jojo Siwa is like the alternate universe Bella Ramsey, who's more attractive.
She's also taller and probably actually could be more imposing because nobody's buying Bella Ramsey as imposing as Ellie.
No, not at all. Even the aged up version.
Do you want to read his quote? We have his quote here.
Yeah, his full response. He proceeds to apologize, saying, "I'm sorry, I can't take it back. I stepped over the line and I take responsibility for doing the wrong thing because I lost my temper and I've been trying to work on it my whole life. And I wish I would have had better self-control, and I'm very sorry. I'm ashamed of myself for losing it for a few seconds there. I blame myself. I know it was bad. I've got a short fuse. I know I upset a lot of people out there. I'm sorry for that. I'm actually ashamed of myself for getting that hot. I went over the line. I did wrong. I guess I could say I'm a work in progress."
I mean, maybe he actually believes it because I feel like if this was actually like a work, he would just been like, I don't take any of it back. Screw you guys.
However, a spokesperson did give a statement on behalf of Mickey Rourke saying he was not made aware of any of these concerns of misconduct. So I want to get into later on social media posts from Bella Thorne after he got kicked off of the show. Bella Thorne decided it was her time to finally call him out for misconduct when they were on set together as coworkers.
How long ago was this?
Let me look up when this came out.
Yeah. 2020? It was released in 2020?
Filming pre-COVID, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
It was the 2020 movie Girl. Okay. So she is now accusing Mickey Rourke of basically sexual misconduct on the set of this movie. I didn't even know that they were on it together because it made zero impact. But she posted on her Twitter under the screen name, "Bitch, I'm Bella Thorne," this rant. "This effing dude, gross. I had to work with this man in a scene where I'm on my knees with my hands up, zip tied." This is insane. Zip tied around my back. He's supposed to take a metal grinder to my kneecap, and instead he used it on my genitals through my jeans, hitting them over and over again. I had bruises on my pelvic bone. Working with Mickey was one of the all-time worst experiences of my life working as an actress. She continues in a tweet, so many gross stories of things he made me go through on that movie, including in his last scene to speed up and rev his engine so he could cover me completely in dirt. I don't know. I guess he thought it was funny to humiliate me in front of the entire crew. Having to go in his trailer absolutely alone because he refused to speak to the director or producers, so I had to convince him to show up and complete his job, as he shouted crazy demands that he wanted from the producers. In fact, I had to beg alone in his trailer, since the movie could not be finished without him. Everyone's work would have just been lost and completely for nothing. I didn't want to do it. I was uncomfortable, but I did what I was asked to do and what was best for the movie. Mickey should have never put anybody in that movie in any of those positions that he did. And she followed this up saying, side note, F Mickey. How he acted doesn't negate incredible hard work that everybody put into that movie. Everyone worked hard, literal blood, sweat, and tears to make that vision, and I'm really proud of everyone and the work that was done on that movie. So I was unaware of any of these complaints about him. Honestly, I thought that he was a hothead and controversial and trying to drum up controversy just for the sake of it.
Yep.
I didn't know that he had basically Me Too claims on his back, but because these are out now, he had to respond in an official way through his legal team. A representative for Mickey Rourke gave the following statement to Variety, saying they were unaware of statements made by Bella Thorne regarding her experience on set during the production of a past film. These allegations are extremely serious. He adamantly denies any intentional misconduct. He was not made aware of any such concerns during filming and had no prior knowledge of Bella Thorne's discomfort until now. Out of respect for all parties and given the gravity of these claims, Mickey Rourke will not be making further public comment at this time. He remains willing to cooperate with any appropriate inquiry through the proper channels. We affirm the right of every performer to feel safe and respected in their work environment.
Yeah, I don't know if anything is going to come from this. Doesn't sound like she's looking for legal action. She just wanted to get in on the story while it was hot.
Yeah, Bella Thorne is also sadly just as irrelevant as Mickey Rourke these days.
Yeah.
So they're both equally desperate to drum up more attention for themselves online. And I think that's what he was trying to do with his stunts on Big Brother in the first place.
Yep.
Especially the things he was saying to JoJo Siwa. He was expecting JoJo Siwa to get all visibly upset and offended and get into a screaming match with him, and then she didn't take the bait, which I applaud her for.
Yep.
But there's no sympathy for him now.
No, there won't be. And with these cases, this will just be one of those things that sits when you look up his name, and there will be no way to confirm or deny it unless more, I guess, producers or other actors could come out and say that he misbehaved on set as well.
But that just means he's a demanding jerk.
Yes.
That's all that really means, which is to be expected in his industry. I'm sure there are plenty of people who have bad stories about Bella Thorne being a bitch on set.
Yeah, but hers gravitate towards being sexual in nature because of what they said.
The first part,
yes, the
about
first part, and that's where all the headlines,
her, yeah.
all of the headlines will go to that,
Right.
and it will become a quasi Me Too claim that will dominate the headlines. While the rest of it is just he's a typical actor being a dickhead to everybody.
Exactly, and that's why these allegations tend to fall flat, because it gets mixed in this muddy water with, oh, he was mean to JoJo Siwa.
Yep.
Whereas you actually want to take the other claims seriously because they would be criminal, and it ends up being a wash.
Yep.
But overall, I feel like they shouldn't have kicked him off, and I feel like he also shouldn't have apologized.
I don't think he should have apologized.
He did exactly what reality TV stars are supposed to do.
If the idea here is that the producers are we need somebody to play
Yeah.
the heel, then you don't apologize. You just lean into it.
That's exactly what you need to sell the show.
Yeah.
You need controversy, you need conflict, you need drama. That's reality TV in a nutshell. he was doing them a favor. He was doing the network a favor by acting out on set and saying crazy shit.
That was his job.
So why would they kick him off? I just don't understand it. That's the entertainment value.
I mean, is the idea that you can say all the crazy stuff you want, but once you get into stuff that's like social justice related, like identity politics,
or if it's like sexual in nature,
then it's not gonna fly.
Okay, too raunchy, I guess.
Yeah.
Like too raunchy for TV.
Yep.
I think people were being more defensive of JoJo Siwa, not because she's a lesbian, but more so because she's still seen as a child. Despite being 21 years old,
and
she still is thought of as a child star.
And he's
to this
old,
day.
so.
And he's an old, decrepit man who looks gross. Yeah. So he just looks lecherous and predatory.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.